There's an infinite number of situations in this world where the distance between two things affects the luminous intensity or the strength of light on an object. For instance, let's say there's a street with a street light. This is emitting light. And let's say there's a basketball that's, let's say, 5 feet from that light. Now the amount of light that, how lit up this ball is very lit up. There's a lot of light falling on it, and there's a lot of light on that ball. Now imagine we increase that distance, however, to 30 feet, and now the ball is over here. Certainly that street light is emitting some light onto that ball, but it's going to be a darker shade. It's going to be harder to see. There's going to be less light falling on that ball. And certainly, if we increase that to 60 feet, that ball might almost be in pitch black. So there's one example. Here's another example. A car is driving along a road with trees on it, and the sun's out. So we'll talk about the distance that car is traveling. Right? When the car is here, let's say it's traveled 0 miles or 0 feet. This tree is kind of shading, some light's getting through the tree, and maybe there's some light getting onto the car, but not a full amount of sunlight. Now as the car moves to here, now it's got the direct sunlight, so the amount of the luminous intensity, or the amount of the strength of light that's being cast on the top of that car, how lit up it is has increased since it's been over here. And then as the car comes over here, it might be back into a similar state with more shady light falling on it. So the luminous intensity has decreased again. So again, distance affecting luminous intensity. Here's another example. We're talking about lights that are hanging from kind of a structure that's hanging from the ceiling. So we're talking about the length of this structure that lights hang off of. Okay? And let's say we hang lights every 4 feet. So if the length of this is 10 feet, right, from here to here is 10 feet, then we can fit 2 lamps, and the luminous intensity of the light that's hitting this floor here at, let's say, that point is a certain amount. Now, what if we increased this to a 20-foot rafter length? Then we could add 2 more lights. And because there's more lights, because this is increased to 20, now the luminous intensity that's hitting here is coming from 4 different lights, and it's increased. So the length of this rafter is affecting the amount of luminous intensity that's hitting this part of the floor. And you can imagine if we went out to, let's say, 25 or 30 feet, so we add an extra, maybe we can fit an extra lamp, and therefore that's increased again. So again, the length of something is related to the amount of luminous intensity on a certain object.